Do you remember the rib? Because there's so many different ribs. So this is one I heard very recently. Was apparently Dynamite once set fire to Harley Race's bed when he was sleeping.
No, I never heard that.
Okay, I'll move on from that one then, and I'll ask you: did Dynamite
I don't know.
ever?
Harley loved Dynamite. He was. It's hard to because without Harley being a big fan of Dynamite, Dynamite couldn't have got away with a lot of stuff he got away with.
Hmm.
Because Harley was like a politician, litigator in the locker rooms and stuff. From when he was NWA, when he had to strap NWA, I know he used to come into Florida, and we'd always save room for him in our plane. Then sometimes we had a good house in Miami, or we would come, to have the office pick up the plane, and or this guy, or tell this guy, don't worry, I'll take the heat of it if you do this, or if you go back for you do, something like that. Harley was always covering for guys, or helping guys, and that's why he fell in love. He loved Bulldog. He loved Dynamite, and which is why Dynamite could get away with a lot of stuff. He got even like when he's cutting Chachi's hair, that referee's kid, the kid that was mentally challenged,
Yeah.
called him retarded before, but now he mentally challenged. They taking wax out of his hair and stuff, and everybody's, he's mentally, it was really, a lot of Down syndrome in it, but he loved Dynamite. Kid loved Dynamite, would bring him Playboys and penthouses, and he'd run in the bathroom and get himself out, and he would, Dynamite would stick him with the needle fixation, and then Dynamite hit him with an empty needle or something. He'd get mad, and then he'd be right back by Dynamite's side. Yeah, he was. So I looked Harley Race. If Harley Race hadn't approved of Dynamite, there's a lot of things Dynamite wouldn't have done. That he fired his bed, I don't know.
Speaking of Harley Race, you know what? I just out of nowhere, I'll have to ask this. Did you ever remember the story where apparently Harley Race was threatening to bring a gun to a WWF show and shoot Hulk Hogan?
I heard that story, and it wasn't. I think it was. We were working in Kansas City. The big had a big show in Kansas City, and he was still promoting before he come into the territory. The King, he was still promoting St. Louis, Kansas City, that area with Bob Geigel and stuff. And he wasn't in the territory. And I'd heard, I didn't see it. I wasn't there. I don't know if it's true, but I'm pretty much like you. I don't know if he flashed the gun to Hogan or told Hogan he got a gun. But, stay the hell out of my territory. You're taking money off my table, food out of my kids' mouths. And that, but yeah, Harley would do that, sure. Harley wasn't afraid of anybody.
I'll tell you what then, I'm going to give you another story from Dynamite's book. And he claimed that he once slapped Honky Tonk Man in the locker room for disrespecting Harley Race. Honky Tonk Man completely disputes this. Do you remember anything about this?
I remember hearing about it. Then again, I wasn't there. I don't doubt it. I don't see. As much as Harley cared for Dynamite, Dynamite cared for Hart. There was a mutual admiration society. So, although I find it hard for Honky Tonk Man just to step up and start saying, start talking stuff about Harley. Not worrying about, not even forget about Bulldog, waiting about repercussions from Harley. Catching that straight left hand that he used to throw there. He used to line that, he had he's in a car accident, so he had a pin in his left wrist. And he draws punch back, and he threw the same kind of punch in the ring. So and he'd throw it like that and down. When that thing hit you, had that pin behind you. We were in a Holiday Inn one time, the Harley race in Columbus, Ohio. So I was sitting there. We're all me, Harley, couple of Fuji, maybe another guy. So sitting there, having a drink or something after the match, just having a beer. So Harley gets up, goes to the bathroom. He comes back and says, some guy got back. He says, "Are you that so-and-so, nothing happening, Ric Flair, punk ass, whatever." Because Harley took her up, turned around, and hit him one time. The guy just dreamed. So he leaned over to me. He goes, "Donnie, just go in the bathroom. Take a look at that guy. I hit him pretty good." He said, the guy was just getting up, just covered with blood. And he couldn't, so he was gonna sue Ric Flair. This guy, he was out. I don't know how long he'd been out, but he just, Harley just stroked him with that left. Boom. And he hit you with that left. It was down.
Did he even get off the stool, or was he stood up?
No, they're standing in the bathroom.
Oh, got it.
While he was washing his hands, the guy came around the back of him.
I'm sorry, I missed the first bit. I thought it was at the bar. I'll cut that.
No,
bit
Harley
out.
got up to go to the restroom, wash. I guess he's done washing his hands, and the guy came around in back of him, and started calling him, gay and this and that. Ric Flair. I guess Ric Flair's the one that set it off the most. But he called him Flair. He said, "Well, this is a free shot, I guess." Oh, crack.